I tried to break Maxx Royal Belek, a 7 handicapper versus one of Turkey's hardest courses.
Fucking shit! Fuck's sake! Wasteland shit. Spin hard. Not getting any cuts in, man. Go, motherfucker!
Right, let's get started on the first hole. The first thing you should know is I thought this was a par 70, not 72. So, off the back, I've only got 8 shots to play with. I didn't know that when I teed off on the first. I thought I'd have 10 shots. But never mind, get started with an absolute shocker of a drive, which landed in the absolute wasteland of the wastelands in Turkey. So that's not the best of starts. And knowing that I've only got 8 shots to play with, the pressure is on from the absolute start. And, you know, early on in the round, it's around 4 o'clock, and it's kind of a half day and half night round, which is what I was excited about, but it means that, you know, the weather's going to change, it's going to get colder as the day goes on, so I better be warm, and I really wasn't on the first hole. So yeah, you know, it's a par 5, and as Tiger said, you got to capitalize on the par 5s. I capitulate on my par 5. So here I started off with a double bogey. The next hole is a par 3. It's a relatively straightforward 145 yard par 3. I just overdid it a little bit, which meant that I was just off the fringe, not too bad. I had a putt, so that was good. Just had to lag it down there, which I did, and I was happy with. So still 2 over after 2 holes. That double bogey in the first doesn't help, but you got to forget about it and move on. The next hole was a 340 yard par 4, and wasn't feeling my driver or my 5-wood, so I went with a 5-iron and didn't really have a lot left in, so I went straight for that pin, and it was a good shot.
Good. That's good. Come on.
Now, a relatively short putt for a birdie. I just tried my absolute hardest to concentrate on making a good stroke here. Oh. It just turned right at the end. I hope it doesn't become a theme for the day. Let's hope I have a lot more birdie chances and I make some of those. Next up is a par 5. Again, pretty straightforward, long hole, water on the left, so I just aim pretty much dead straight. And this is a bit of fun.
I said pitching wedge it.
It was a good idea. Play there.
I said pitching wedge it.
Right, I had 180 yards. I took a 6-iron out and absolutely tried to smash one down there. I only had to clear 160 for the water, so 6-iron is plenty to clear 160 yards, and I was just on the fringe, putting for an eagle. Come on. Okay, left it a little low, but not a long putt for a birdie. Yep.
Fucking shit!
And that is what you get, an absolute shit 3-putt from not a very long way. I really had to forget about it because it was a long par 3, 200 yarder coming up, so I had to connect well. And thank God I did, because I was still annoyed about making a 3-putt from not a long distance and missing an eagle and getting a par. Again, left myself a little bit too much to make a birdie, and actually some would say left myself quite a lot to make a par, because it's a long putt. And knowing how badly I putted on the last hole, I really needed to make this one. And I did. I made a par, and I was happy with it. Let's move on. Another straightforward par 4, water on the left, try and avoid it, which I did, thankfully. a short shot in, which I thought was looking good, just spun back a bit too much.
Spun back a bit.
Another birdie chance. This one is slightly longer than some of the other ones I've already had, but come on, let's try and make this. Ooh, it was looking good. But another par. 2 over after 6 holes. Just a little annoyed with myself that I'm not making any birdies, but it's solid golf, especially after the double bogey on the first par 5. I missed my first shot there. I hit a 5-wood straight down the middle, but I left myself too long, I think around 200 yards, and maybe a mistake, should have hit a driver. And then I got out the bunker, which was good, but it went a little too far. So the mistake on this hole for me was hitting a 5-wood off the tee instead of a driver, and had I hit a driver I would have had less of a distance in. Regardless, I tried to make an up and down from the bunker and didn't do that, so that was a bogey, and that's 3 over after 7. Let's try and get back on the par train. A very short par 3, I would say, 160 yards, not really short. Mid-size par 3.
Aimed it too good.
I had the right distance, just, you know, again, pulled it a little bit, but yeah, had to get this up there to make a par. That's a pretty good chip. Or not. Oh, I think I might have just tugged that a little bit. Don't think I was aiming right. And that is a bogey that I didn't want to make. On to the last hole of the front 9. I'm 4 over, so kind of keeping in track if I par this one, but let's see. I hit a really good 5-wood out there. And again, the flag is over the water, and I just thinned the shit out of that shot. I needed to make that shot, and it did make it over the water, so I was quite happy with that.
I missed the ball.
Although I was not happy with that chip, it was an absolute shocker of a chip. Leaving myself a pretty long par 4 putt. And I just missed the green there. It was too big a right to lefter, and my chip was just not good. So that was a bogey, and I'm 5 over after the front 9. Moving on to the back 9, forget about it. A very short par 4. Now, could have attacked it, decided not to, and that was a mistake because I ended up in the shit. And I only had 60 yards. But because the lie was shit and everything was pretty much shocking, I just wanted to get it on the green, which I did. Unfortunately, I got it in the completely the wrong side of the green, which meant that I had a very, very, very hard 2-putt to make a par on a 300-yard par 4. Which, as you can see, I missed and really annoyed myself, but started off with a bogey on the front, or on the back rather, on a very short par 4. Now, let's remind ourselves of what Tiger said on par 5. You got to attack him, and I am just doing terribly on the par 5. This is another par 5, which I don't know what's going on. I think too much over the ball when I'm trying to hit the driver on these long holes and completely lose them. Doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened on this par 5 and happened on the first as well. And this is a bit of a meaty, messy hole that I'm making. I'm making an absolute mess of this hole, and you know, this is for a par, which I didn't make, and neither did I make the bogey. So that was a double. So I've gone to 8 over, and that is pretty much 80 shots already. And it doesn't help that I slam dunk hook the next driver, knowing that I've got a par pretty much every hole to keep it at 80, which is now a hard task because I'm only 11 holes in, playing the 12th hole. But let's see what I can end up with. I'm hoping I can make a few birdies. Let's see if I can make a few birdies, right? Because that will bring me right back in contention. I was quite happy with that bogey. I know it's a bogey, but I was pretty happy. Now, let's see if I can try and deliver something good, more than just a par on this par 5. Dug it out there, left myself a shortish third shot to see if I could get it on and make a birdie.
Oh no. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nope. Did not materialize. Well, you could say I didn't try hard. I definitely tried to make that birdie, and I didn't, but that was a par. So I'm on the par train again after having, you know, a double and a couple of bogeys. Par 3, let's see if I can get it on the green and get a birdie putt. And that was the story for me today. I've had so many birdie putts that just missed. If I had made that, I would be on track again. Let's see if I can try and make another birdie on another hole. I've had so many opportunities already. Come on, let's see if I can make another one. Difficult to do when you're in the shit, but again, a shortish hole, so a 5-iron and a 56. I absolutely creamed that 56. So close to the hole.
Just needs to spin hard.
Come on, let's see if we can make it. Oh, what's going on? Just can't make a single birdie. I'm missing these by an absolute inch of a margin.
Guys, fuck my life. Don't make me join the
Right,
bunker, huh?
okay, I'm 9. I've got to get back. I've got to make a birdie. Come on. This is a short par 3. 170 yards. Let's make it happen. It's a solid strike. That's not on the pin, but very, you know, very close to the pin. And another birdie chance. Let's hope I make this one. Nope, that one just had too much break right at the end. And that is the story. You know, 16. I've had 3 birdie chances that I've missed.
Putts in, man.
Really annoyed. Really annoyed.
No, it's just me. There shouldn't be a problem with that one.
Also, how nice is night golf? You know, I really enjoy playing this half day, half night.
Go, run.
It just looks sick. You need to be prepared because it gets a little cold towards the end of the night. But what a beautiful course to play some really good golf on. I think I played good golf anyway. I know I'm 9 over and have had maybe 6 birdie chances that I've completely missed and an eagle. So it is what it is, but I'm here trying to break 80.
Yes.
And with that, I am 82. So an eagle gets me to 80 and par gets me 82. Let's see what I can do on the last hole, a par 5. Yep, the par 5s on this hole have not been kind to me. I think it's my brain and a bit of fuzziness going all over the place. Really annoyed. That's what I was trying to do the first time, but that's 3 off the tee, and now I'm just trying to save face.
Go! Go, motherfucker!
And 5-wood can only go so far, and I had left myself around, 30 yards to get that. If I could hold that, that would have been insane. It looks close, but unfortunately I left myself a bit of a long putt. And on a day where nothing is falling, nothing's going your way, you end up with 84, 4 over my goal of breaking 80. What a great course, Maxx Royal in Turkey. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe for more of these. I'll see you in the next one.